Alright, here we are in Lesson 3, identifying proportional and non-proportional relationships in tables. So before we get started, I want you to write yourself a little note up at the top. Remember when we're looking for that constant k, it is y over x. Alright, we're going to need that again today. So the first example says, you have been hired by your neighbors to babysit their children on Friday night. You are paid $8 per hour. Complete the table relating your pay to the number of hours you worked. So we know that after 1 hour, you would make $8. After 2, you would make 16. 3, you would make 24. 4, you would make 32. 4.5, now if we did 4.5 times 8, you would get 36. After 5 hours, you would make 40. After 6 hours, you would make 48. And then 6.5 times 8, you would get $52. So remember, in these tables, the first column is x, the second column is y. So then it says, based on the table above, is the pay proportional to the hours worked? How do you know? And we know that we multiplied by 8 every time, so we could say yes. We have a constant of 8. So then our equation would be y equals 8x. Okay, go ahead and flip on over to the next page. We're going to look at exercise 1 here. It says to determine if y is proportional to x. So, number 1 says, the table represents the relationship of the amount of snowfall in inches in 5 counties to the amount of time in hours. So, we're just going to start comparing here, and we're just trying to find, to see if there's a constant k. So, we're doing y over x, so for the first line, we would have 10 divided by 2, which is 5. Alright, for the second line, we would have 12 divided by 6, which is 2. So, since these are two different values, that means that we can already stop because they're not the same. So you don't have to keep going. So to answer the question, we would say no, they are not proportional. Because there is no constant. So once you're comparing, and as soon as you get a different number, you can just stop right there and your answer would be no, that they're not proportional. Okay, so let's move down to number 2 then. It says the table below shows the relationship between the cost of renting a movie to the number of days the movie is rented. So we're just going to start comparing y over x. So first we would have 2 over 6, which if you simplify would get 1/3. And then we would have 3 over 9, and if you simplify that, you would get 1/3, so we're still good. For the next line, we would have 8 over 24, which when you simplify, you do get 1/3. And then last but not least, we have just 1 over 3, which is the same as all the others, so we could say yes, they are proportional. We would say the constant is 1/3. So our equation here would be y equals 1/3 x. Alright. On the next page, I want you guys to try number 3 on your own. Bring your answer with you to class. And then number 4 we will do in class tomorrow, so don't worry about that. And then that's all that we have for this lesson.